What is up, my friends? It is Monday, it is a brand new week, and it is a brand new late night agenda. I hope that you are all well, and we have a lot to go through tonight, especially the news that has started breaking over the last hours about a potential departure from Anfield this summer, as well as, of course, some information with regards to incomings. You know how this works. I'm going to talk for the next 8 to 10 minutes, but I want to know how you guys are feeling. So, as always, please do let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like on the video, and if you haven't hit the subscribe button also, please do. So look, let's start off with the potential shock departure. You may see it as a shock, you may not see it as a shock, but news has started to break very, very recently that Jurgen Klopp no longer deems Thiago Alcantara part of his plans. That's according to one outlet who've just broken this story as I'm preparing to do this video. So take it with a pinch of salt for now, but it does make some sense. If you look at the interest in him from Galatasaray, from Barcelona, and of course from Saudi Arabia, it's no big surprise that maybe Jurgen's looked at the situation, potentially bringing in 3, maybe even 4 new midfielders, and said to himself, look, if an offer comes in for Thiago, we'd be silly to turn it down. Why would the club be silly? Well, potentially any transfer fee is a bonus, but Thiago Alcantara is on about £10 million a year. And if you're not going to utilise the player, that's a big wage that you could get off the club's books. So I wouldn't be against it, but we would have to add to the midfield rank. So I want to know, what do you think about the Thiago situation? Would you like to see him depart this summer? We know his contract is up next summer, so the club are likely going to allow him run that down. But if there's interest there and it works for all parties, I have to say, as much as I am a professed Thiago sexual, I wouldn't say no to this if he moves on, because we are going to bring in at least 3 midfielders. We've got 2 on board, 1 more to come. And I just don't see where Thiago fits in, particularly with the new system. So if it works for everybody, I wouldn't be against it, particularly if it helps Liverpool maybe push a little bit extra for one of the midfielders that we've been linked with. Now, on the midfield search, I guess I have to start off by speaking about the interest in Romeo Lavia. So a report has come out to say that Chelsea are putting a contract offer through and they're about to put a bid in for the player. So wait and see what happens with this one. Ben Jacobs has been speaking. He said Liverpool are set to seriously explore a move for Romeo Lavia this week. Liverpool are using the 40 million buyback clause that Manchester City have as a yardstick for negotiations. Now, that buyback clause that Manchester City have under Romeo Lavia doesn't become active until next summer, so they can't exercise it now, but it does give Liverpool a rough guide, I guess, to how they may value the player. And it isn't just Liverpool and Chelsea that are going head to head. Arsenal are very, very, very interested. In fact, the report has come out to say that once they get Declan Rice sorted, Arsenal are next going to turn their attention in the direction of Romeo Lavia. So, truly, I don't know at this moment in time where Liverpool's plans are. I've always said I'd be a bit concerned if we were to go in for a player that we would maybe have to get into a bit of a bidding war for. Are Liverpool going to maybe look away from Lavia and for Thuram? Well, again, we're still interested in both. Fabrizio Romano has been speaking, and he said Liverpool will internally discuss a move for Kefren Thuram this week. They're also informed on the conditions of the situation for Romeo Lavia, but it's not time for a bid just yet. Wonder what we're waiting for. Genuinely, are we waiting to see what happens with Thiago? Because maybe if Thiago moves on, there could be a world where Liverpool look to do both. I don't know. I've been pleasantly surprised at this transfer window so far, and I'm a keen observer sitting back to find out what I can about the latest information. And what I can bring you about centre-back is something that I was told earlier on today. Now, please don't take this as gospel, but according to the person I spoke to, Liverpool's interest in Gonzalo Inacio of Sporting is fleeting at best. They're not serious bidders, apparently. That doesn't mean we're not going to bring in a centre-back. It doesn't mean that we're not still looking at the likes of Mickey van de Ven and a couple of others. But the person that I spoke to said that they believe Liverpool's interest in Inacio isn't too strong and that he won't be somebody that the club will bid for. Again, just passing along what I've been told. Don't take it as gospel, because this is an ever-evolving, ever-changing market, and Liverpool, like a lot of other clubs, are working in very difficult conditions. It is an inflated market, so to see Liverpool be able to conduct the business that we have done so far with Alexis McAllister and, of course, Dominic Szoboszlai, I'm over the moon. 95 million spent and 95 million very well spent. A little bit of an update on Gabri Veiga, by the way, because I know a couple of people were asking me, are we still interested in him? I don't believe we are, but PSG are, and that could very well be where he ends up. So there's a report that's saying PSG are pushing really hard to beat Chelsea, Liverpool or Manchester City to the signing of Celta Vigo's Gabri Veiga. It would be a stupid move for him. in his career. Absolutely ridiculous. By all means, go to a Manchester City, an Arsenal, a Liverpool, whoever. But to move to League 1 and play for PSG is just... I just don't think it's a good fit for the lad at this point in his career. But I just wanted to bring it to you guys because it's one of those stories that Liverpool have been linked with, but I don't think there's anything to it. So coming back for a moment to just look at the situation with Thiago, Thuram and Lavia, I want to get your reading of it. Do you think, if indeed we do allow Thiago to leave, that there is a world where Liverpool go for both of these guys? Now, if you're looking for valuations, Kefren Thuram, I believe, will be about 35 or 40 million. Obviously, Newcastle still pushing strongly for him. And there has been a bit more breaking news on Kefren Thuram. It looks like his list of suitors is growing and growing. And you can now add Bayern Munich to that list, because Bayern Munich have indeed shown an interest in trying to sign him. So again, we could be about to go into battle, which makes it even more impressive that we've done the business we have done so quickly. Because you can bet your bottom dollar that there was interest in Szoboszlai from many clubs. And Alexis McAllister, well, Liverpool's good relationship with his representatives made it known that that clause was in there, which is why Liverpool acted so quickly, and he was the first one through the door. So that is pretty much where we are at the minute. But I do want to know how you're thinking, because for me, this is fairy tale stuff. But if Liverpool end the transfer window with Dominic Szoboszlai, Alexis McAllister, let's say Thuram and Lavia, that is absolutely phenomenal, and would set us up for, dare I say it, the next 4, 5, 6 seasons. And if you look at what's going to happen next summer, we spoke about this on our stream last night where we went through the contract of Liverpool players and when they're up. You have got players like Jordan Henderson, you've got players like Thiago Alcantara. You've got players like Queven Kelleher. Those contracts are up in the next year or two. So if Liverpool could bring in 4 in this window, and I'm not expecting it, in all honesty, I do think 3 is probably what we'll do. And 3, with moving Thiago on, I'd be okay with, if that maybe allows a little bit more money for the centre-back search. And that's the one area where I have to say I can't add anything to the conversations for you guys. People keep asking me about links to right-backs and centre-backs, and the truth is, I haven't got a clue in those areas. All I can say is what I said earlier about Inacio not being somebody that Liverpool are most likely going to put in a bid for. So from that, it's over to you. Is there any centre-backs or right-backs that you guys have seen? And actually, to put it another way, have you actually seen a genuine link to a right-back? Pavard I've seen, but that's a little bit lazy because he's leaving Bayern. I've not seen any real links to Liverpool bringing in a right back. So if we're going to stick to this 3-2-2-3 system, maybe we don't bring one in. I really don't know, but I'm really excited to see what the rest of this transfer window has in store. So over to you, my friends. As always, I'll be reading your comments eagerly, awaiting your responses. Don't forget, if you want to join us, we will be live on Twitch most nights until about 10:30 p.m. So if you're watching this, you look at your watch, it's about 9 o'clock. Come over to Twitch, join us over there, and I can give you more in-depth coverage of everything I've spoke about, as well as a few other little bits and pieces that we have. But don't forget, there will be more videos coming your way really soon, so don't forget to let me know your thoughts. Drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button. Talk to you soon. Have a wonderful evening. Much love. Bye-bye.